Hi folks, welcome again to the Thrones World Cup. We're going to watch one last game on Sunday. It's going to be the conclusion of the France-Germany match. Now we have 3 games here unreported, but they were played during the friendly open, couldn't really follow. But I think Germany won the Lenny Mirror and France won this one, so the Terrell Whitebook against Knights of Chaluf, which means it's now 4-3 in favor of France. But the last one is Bara Assault against Greyjoy Winter. It's supposed to be starting. Don't see it, so we can have a look at the decks. So here we are with Bara Assault. Now against Greyjoy Winter you need some anti-choke stuff, and we have one good plot, Late Summer Fist, and the rest are pretty low econ. But this version actually doesn't play the actually does play the Maiden, but also plays at the Gates as a possible opener, and it can grab Gates of the Moon, which then sets you up kind of in normal circumstances, assuming there is no immediate Night Flyer on it. The rest is of course some power, challenge, control, and dominance. Not that high on dominance here because it only plays one painted table. Has 3 milks and 3 traitors. Milks honestly are pretty good here. Traitors as well. And you need to kind of get around Nothing Burns and We Do Not Sow. And Sin in Flames also good because Greyjoy doesn't draw that much, so if you can get rid of its hand and then do a Dohaeris, maybe you are okay. And anything weird in characters here. There is one copy of Cilicia actually, which cannot be cancelled because Greyjoy doesn't play Fanatics or anything like that. So, and Lady really is only Asha, so you can get a good round, but can you spare 6 gold at any point is the question. Then also Melisandre, she kneels very nicely, and the Red Priest can get rid of some threats if you are going first, but that's usually not the idea. You can trigger it if you go second as well, if there is a We Do Not Sow or something like that. And the German deck has the same plots as every other in this tournament apart from I think Italy. So has First Snow, which honestly against Assault is not that impactful. Has Morgulis, which could be impactful if Bara doesn't find Oops. Then the 2 econ openers, Winter Reserves, there's Winter Festival, which should hit, and Fall Spring as well. Here Nothing Burns is the one you kind of need to be careful of. And we have Botley Cruise here, so if those are in play, immediately that's pretty unplayable then for Baratheon, because they already get the -1 from their own agenda. And we have Maester Murenur 1 copy. He can be annoying. He can stop econ, or he can stop the big locations actually. And anything else worth noting? The events, no bloody cups in this one either, so there's one raiding the Bay of Ice, which honestly, I mean, can get rid of a Storm's End, and that's a giant tempo hit if that happens. And of course, We Do Not Sows. By the way, Ralph Canning, of course, here as well. So if you set up Ralph and Botley Crew, and let's say a reducer, that's so difficult to overcome for Bara, and you can't even do Harris it away because they're fine. They can survive that together. So we still don't have the game starting. Should we check if...
Yeah, I think the Greyjoy player has some difficulties, so I don't know. Needs a few minutes. So
Couple
maybe
minutes.
there's a lot of data we can edit the video.
Okay. We can, if there's nothing. So in the meantime, let's see if we can summarize the results a little bit. So we have the quarterfinal stage. We had Catalonia versus Norway. That went 4-4. Norway actually had a 4-2 lead and couldn't close from there, and an extra game was needed. So I'm not sure if that was recorded. Do you know, Sarah, if that was recorded? There was some talk that Zini might stream it. If that's available,
I don't know.
I will probably, I can
I
put a
assume
link
that
in the
Zenith didn't.
description, and you can watch it. I won't talk about it that much if that was indeed recorded.
I think Zenith didn't stream it if he was playing it, right?
Oh, okay. So maybe there isn't a recording then. Okay. Should we just spoil it? Well, if you don't want to hear the spoiler, skip the next 20 seconds. So it went to Catalonia. Actually, it was very close. Night's Watch Valyrian still came into Targ Burn and went all the way. So let's not say anything more about it. And then we have China and Slovenia. That's 4-4 as well now. So we had we mostly led that match. We had except for one time. I think we were 3-2 behind at one point, I think. But other than that, we were always in the lead. And China, took advantage of that favorable last matchup to draw it level. And we have the deciding game of this played tomorrow, hoping for the best. If we lose, we've done alright in this tournament. We can be proud of ourselves. If we win, well, semi-finals. Then Austria has beaten Israel. It went 5-2. The last game was just played. It was a real grind, but Reinhardt somehow with card disadvantage managed to beat that Lenny Falcon deck. And I just don't know how that deck keeps doing it. The Targ Brotherhood. I mean, looks like it's losing on the board at some point and just battles through, and it's always somehow ahead. And so it's actually finished 6-2, so it wasn't that dramatic. And yes, the other one, of course, is Germany-France. So let's see. Have the players? No, this is all out of date, unfortunately. Yeah, we don't know. This Manifest Gut Mirror is the one I'm not sure about because it was played during the friendly open. Don't know how that went, but I think it went to Germany.
I'm very sure that Germany won that, but maybe I'm wrong.
Okay. Has the game started now? It is about to. Okay. Yeah, so World Cup, very interesting. The quarterfinal stage couldn't be more dramatic, but still a chance that all the seeds will come through actually. So match point for France and China still in there.
So it's looking like there's still some connection issues on Derbo's side.
Well, if he can't make it, then France has won 5-3. It has to be played now, right? It's Sunday night, so there is no tomorrow for these teams.
It looks like Lucas is available to play it if it's really necessary. I think he will step in.
Well, it's Greyjoy Winter though, so I don't know.
Well,
let's see what the squad is.
It's not that hard to put choke on the board.
Is there any other Greyjoy guy here that could play Greyjoy Winter? Well, okay, I'm sure Lucas can. Lucas is a funny guy, so he plays all kinds of stuff. Actually, Greyjoy, yeah, his third most played faction, actually. I didn't know that. Wouldn't have guessed that it was Greyjoy. Yeah, I mean, he's super competent, so if it needs to be done, I'm sure he'll do it, but I think they would prefer to have the player who prepared for this matchup and who knows the deck and has actually been winning with the deck a lot in this one. Only one defeat against Dark Conclave. In the meantime, we had a friendly open event tonight that was won by our teammate Peter. Played Lenny Manifest God with not of course the deck that he plays in the World Cup because it's since got some restrictions. I think you can't play Lion Star with painted dogs now, so trying new stuff and still kind of working for him. And
kinda.
Yes.
Just kinda.
Kind of working for him, exactly. Actually, can have a look at this event. Yeah, we had Builders in the final, or as the last undefeated deck before the fourth round. And then Stark Fealty with 3-1, Lenny Alliance, Lenny Lyons is the one you lost to, right? Recently with the Eric Voltron with cats and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I had a bit of an unfortunate start, I think, with that one. Although, I think, yeah, it can have, it's Eric Underbreaker Voltron with the cats, the boots and non-killer cats. It's pretty good once if it can get started good. Looks like it's winning some.
Yeah, has one loss against Lenny Knights of the Realm. Interesting. And then we have Lenny Kingdom of Shadows on 3-1. That's interesting. I mean, that won the Czech Nationals last year that we attended, so.
Yeah, I saw it's a similar deck, right? I saw some of and it has all the shadow package, and yeah, it was doing great. I saw a little bit of the last game.
Yeah, I think it's super underplayed actually. You rarely see it, but it's. I mean, the concept still works. You get all the out of action good stuff shadow cards, and Lenny has Clever Feint, and it has the Bowels location that feeds all of
Yeah.
it. So I don't know why that wouldn't work. I mean, it's not as broken as it was in the past when you also got econ from it, but it's pretty good. Just don't go too crazy, right, on the out of action stuff because you don't want to marshal stuff into shadows at an increased cost. You have to play on the board a little bit with Lenny characters, which you should be able to. And then we have Bar Assault also with 3-1. That was a bit of a grind, I can tell you. Yeah, and all the factions. No, I'm just going to say all the factions represented nowhere near. No Tyrell, no Greyjoy in this one. Interesting. And mostly Lannister. 6 Lanny entries actually, so that's maybe a sign of what's to come in the upcoming worlds. Okay, so this is the problem we have when we do this, right? When we try to start a few minutes before so that we can actually look at the decks properly. And then this happens, so that's why I prefer to wait for the game to start and then just have a couple of words about the decks, because now either we edit or we just keep chatting. Yeah, probably this one. I played Bar Assault at Stalek and lost in the top 16 to Choke Deck Knights Watch Kraken, the other big choke deck, and honestly, that had 2 Botley Crews on setup, but I think that one is more difficult to overcome. Greyjoy, at least, okay, it has Ralph now as well, so okay, it can have Ralph and 3 Botley Crews and Night Flyers, but then it kind of stops, right? The Meister that cancels Econ potentially, and then it's about it. Whereas Night's Watch also can do White 3, and they play Klydas, and they play Mutiny for the removal if you do manage to get something. So I think it's not quite as hopeless, but we'll see. I think a good sign for Derbo would be to get the choke cards. Doesn't need to get the Ashas and stuff like that. Those are more controllable for Baratheon. If Baratheon has the econ, they can play other stuff. They can get traitors in play. They can get Storm's End, and you can deal with Asha. You can deal with Euron. Balon is a bit trickier because as soon as some pillage is happening, he then puts stuff into play, and you can't really deal with that so well. But okay. But the choke stuff is difficult, so you get -2, -3 gold, and suddenly you're not doing anything because the Bara cards are slow and expensive. You need to get them into play. If Storm's End is stuck in hand because you can't spare the gold, I mean, and then if you do play it and turns, let's say, military into power, so that you can survive, and then the other challenge is unopposed and you get We Do Not Sow. I mean, that's not great. Okay, looks like they won't be starting anytime soon, so I guess I guess we edit. Or we leave it and I'll tell you in the description exactly when the game starts so that you can click on that and skip all this chatter at the start. There we are.
Restarting? Looks like it.
I hope so.
With a band deck. It's funny now when you have to play with the band decks, right?
Oof.
But Baratheon is still completely legal. I think the only thing that Baratheon got was the Kocher pod. I mean,
Yeah,
as well as high pod.
that was such a bizarre restriction. I still can't quite get over that. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, look at the others that got restricted, the white books and the manifest gods still winning tournaments, and I
yeah.
bet that somebody tries playing Barakuha, it's not going to win anything.
It's like
Maybe a couple of
nothing happened,
games.
right?
So.
They just deck is banned. Yeah, well, we know the reason. Um, so yeah, it's as if nothing happened. No restriction. They just go on winning. I mean, White Book can't play Green Apple Knights and Tourney in the same deck anymore. So I think that would do something, but still won the last friendly open last weekend. Manifest God, losing Lionstar. Still have Harrenhal, but Lionstar was easier, and that's gone.
Yeah, but you have the event now, I think.
And yeah, in the meantime, Bara Kohor basically
Got banned
yeah,
entirely.
didn't.
I don't know. I can't imagine because it's the whole idea behind the deck, and there's no replacing as or high or hammer, right? I think at least
Yeah, you
maybe a completely different version.
there's no
Mm,
replacement for Intimidate that I can think of in form of attachments. I mean, some people are saying, okay, just play Laughing Lord or Fury or whatever. I mean, that's
Yeah, but the problem is the draw is not good, right? You rely here on the agenda to get stuff in play because you
yeah.
need a second if you
Well,
can't find the correct Robert, or if you can't find, I don't know how you would find even Laughing Lord.
yeah, and
Also, Laughing Lord is not good.
I mean, the whole idea is that you play an attachment deck and you trade attachments for attachments. You can't go with other card types and just lose that. I mean, that's not going to work then as well.
Mm.
You can, I mean, you can drop a Zora High and I mean, you can play
It's
more
hard though.
seals, but there's no reason to play seals because you play seal to trade into. You can, I guess, cap it at 2 cost. Don't play any 3 cost attachments.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Lightbringer as your stand. I don't think there's any other stand in Baratheon at all.
Yeah, I guess if you include Sir Jason Macy, but he's a bit
You could, I guess, yeah.
of a tempo. Yeah. Yeah, but
Yeah, but
we'll see. Maybe it gets, if nobody plays it and it's completely dead, maybe it gets back because when nobody played Graving after the pod, it also got released. I know you got feelings about that, so maybe not start, but not to start that discussion. But yeah, so actually, Bara also has a horrible setup from what I can see.
you're only
Already
losing
losing 2 goals.
6 gold, yeah, but he kept the hand, so I thought probably I'm keeping this Northern encampment, which is interesting. And
Losing 2 gold and having to put
yeah,
Red Priest in the setup seems really
yeah,
bad.
that's I mean that's the thing now. You have Red Priests right in the deck. You have to drop whatever it was there before in the cost slot. I guess even I just built one, right, to play in the friendly open tonight, and I had to actually go a bit lower on the 2 costers now because there's no 3 costers that you can take out for Red Priest. I mean, you're not taking out Delena, so cost curve is slightly changed, but he is there now, the Red Priest, and if you have to set him up, you have to set him up because it's Red Priest and it's not Acolyte of the Flame or whatever. But on the other side, there's actually no choke, so it's just, I mean, you're on.
Well, there's the natural choke, and then also the agenda that Baratheon plays has a little bit of choke, so.
Well, nothing in shadow, so Gates of the Moon, and he's decided to go first, maybe to make sure he gets gates in round 1 at least, and is able to do a little bit before things go downhill in terms of gold.
Yeah, I think it's so horrible in the Greyjoy Winter for the decks that play at the gates and get immediate Night Flyer, because it's basically like you're paying for the trigger.
Yeah, and yeah, if Greyjoy goes first, he takes the +1 from Gates and then burns it. That's really harsh if that happens. At least if you go first, you get 2 gold in the meantime. You need to play the Iron Throne now, otherwise this economy is so fragile. Well,
Not too bad.
so he's used the agenda. There won't be anything else. He's used it just to get extra econ. So
To get a good setup, yeah. I
made
think
it unchokeable apart from the fact that the 2 encampments are knelt. So okay, the Iron Throne cannot leave play now. But it will next round, right? With nothing burns.
I suppose so, but then you are using nothing burns and there's traitors available still.
So he has Sin in Flames, he can probably protect against having the Iron Throne just discarded. If it's discarded and then you don't win, you could win Dominance, right? Because character has to kneel to do a challenge, and you can leave it unopposed, and Iron Throne gets burned, and you keep your econ. Can you? We do not so limited. You can, right? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well, he's invested everything into getting these locations. He's kept the hand that had encampment, he's played at the gates for Gates of the Moon, and he's actually used the agenda to get an additional limited into play. So he's going to survive the choke, but is that winning the game is the question. If that's Night Flyer,
Well,
that's
I
trouble.
Well, but if he wants to use Night Flyer on Throne or Encampment, that's a big investment for Greyjoy as well.
If you can keep the encampment net, you could use it on the Throne, I think. Depending
Yeah,
on if
but
you can win
you?
Dominance.
Because if you have to spend that, how are you also then winning Dominance, right?
Otherwise, I think you just Night Flyer Gates, and then you nothing burns the Throne, and then hopefully, from Greyjoy's point of view, the encampments will stay knelt because it's difficult to win Dominance from then on. Although you could play Traitors, you could play Edric, and then you win regardless.
Yeah, and if you play Nothing Burns early before Traitors are in play, that's honestly also kind of working in Bara favor. Oh, what is that? Okay. Oh, this hurts. Okay, interesting. I never saw that.
Bunch of chuds.
So 2 gold that has to be done for Night Flyer, or I suppose they probably Hagen's daughter in there.
3
Have a
characters,
suspicion.
so Bara can't oppose 3 challenges.
Yes.
Yeah, 1 too many. Do you then forget about opposing 3 challenges and do intrigue to try to hit a card?
Well, depends if there's a Sin in Flames, right?
Spaz. This is, I think, going to try to win dominance just in case the throne goes. Although it's not a bad idea to attack Greyjoy's hand, honestly.
By the way, do you know if they play anything do they play? Sorry, I'm blanking. Do they play Bloody Cup?
No bloody cups in this one.
They.
Okay, he's going to protect the hand with Melisandre.
Which means he's actually losing military with this guy.
Yeah, Red Priest is killable because he didn't take any card if you want to keep the reducer.
Yeah.
Better play that.
Okay,
Scene in Flames now.
let's go. Let's see it. But
There we are.
chooses not to do military at all, which is interesting. Unless there's Hagen's daughter in shadows.
Well, raiding the Bay of Ice was also usable.
Ah, okay. To get rid of the throne.
Yeah. Good job, Euron is knelt at least. If you got rid of the throne with Euron standing there, it would be a disaster.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, still might be next round. Because, what did he lose? Acolyte. Ooh, Acolyte of the Shadow in this one. There is a card in Shadows.
I think, does he have both copies of the Acolytes? And there's Nightflyer. So do you now try to go for the throne? If you do go for the throne, the dominance, but still winning the dominance, right?
Yes.
Just goes for gates. Ah, okay.
Well.
But in this case, I think you could have go for the throne.
Yeah, you could.
And okay,
Interesting.
maybe that wasn't the best call. I don't know. Because if you go for the throne and then, although the throne will go for nothing worse, I suppose, but it's gonna give him another round of this great econ. And then, I don't know.
Yeah. Still has late summer
Yeah, but I
feast,
find,
by the way.
what I wanted to say is, I think what I found against Baratheon Salt decks, this board here is actually pretty optimal because if you have a lot of charge, it's much harder, right? I think than over having three bigs that are kind of easier to control.
That's true, but First Snow is a thing, so at the
Yeah,
moment
that's fair enough.
it's not helping Greyjoy. It's hurting a
Yeah,
little bit.
actually, you get first snow, you get your priest back. It's really annoying that you can get rid of Nightflyer. Nightflyer should have one of those things like pleasure barges and stuff that you can't get rid of it that easily.
Yeah. Well,
I am kind of rooting for Baratheon here. I like the deck better, and I don't know.
needs
I'm not
Kneel
too
for Euron for
less
Storm.
because I think.
Kneel for Euron, absolutely mandatory this round. He's using the
Yeah,
encampments
but
here before Muradmur comes in.
yeah.
Okay. Well, there will be still some gold. Plenty. To get an Acolyte of the Flame and something else. Actually, Greyjoy is wasting all of that gold. There's nothing to be played for 5, really. Probably just intentionally keeping stuff in reserve because simply there's no need to play out more stuff. It will hurt in the long run, running out of hand.
Well, So you have the Lena, but you still don't have Melisandre. Finds Bastard of Nightsong rather than Edric.
Okay.
Oof, okay.
So if you go all in on military, Euron can win that for sure. The others are slightly tougher. Intrigue he can as well, I think. Yeah.
Well, let's see first if he plays another copy of Sin in Flames and get that Euron to kneel.
Oh yeah, absolutely must do that. Otherwise, the encampments are gone.
Yeah, that would be. Come on. Is there any hand judgments in Greyjoy deck?
No.
I assume no.
Guardian Shadows could also be milked. There's three of them, so you can milk Euron mid
Hmm.
challenge. Actually, I'm thinking now that it could be a milk. Honestly, if you fail to nail him, leaving one gold and the Guardian Shadows, that could very well be a milk now. Yes.
Okay, that's
Okay.
good. I feel bad because we're both kind of rooting for. It does seem like they're the underdog with this matchup specifically, but actually, the more interesting outcome is if Greyjoy wins, and then it's a tie between Germany and France as well.
All of that investment just to stop this turning into a disaster for Baratheon still might be because the throne is not there now and the incumbents.
Yeah,
Uh,
and honestly, he has 5 gold, so
yeah, and you have to oppose. I mean, he's looked at the hand, so maybe if he's kept a really good track and everything that was new got marshaled, then maybe he knows that there isn't a win so or something. Otherwise, he just needs to oppose everything and then he won't be able to win dominance. And no red keep or anything, so it's not like Bara will keep having answers now. It's three cards in hand. I mean, could lose one if he doesn't defend Intrigue here.
he plays the siege preparations.
Yeah, but oof, okay. Next round into siege preparations.
Yeah, I
Not
think
sure
you have
about
to
that.
risk this now because if you oppose this, then you're losing dominance, right?
Could oppose everything and then just
Yeah,
forget
but
about the encampments.
I mean, all that investment to put them in, I think it's better that one gets we do not sow than just all of them stay net, right?
Rose Road.
More econ. Maybe it's gonna be a type of game where he has all the econ, but yeah, nothing else.
That's it. So there's 9 for dominance, and that means Bara can't spare any character here.
Yeah.
Has to pass. Surprised Elena didn't take Edric, honestly.
Yeah, interesting. I thought that would be the one too.
Well, so I guess try to delay Duharis as long as possible. It's not very Duharisable, this board.
No, actually, you lose more because you have Bastard of Nightsong with Melisandre, right? I think you have to wait for first snow. I can imagine now either Brand of Builder or Siege Preparations will be played.
Yeah, nothing balance spent now. Before there was an attachment to this card. There's 6 annoying ones in the Bara deck.
Mm.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, and actually, the initiative and the power is tied, so one milk gone.
That's unfortunate. That was one of the key cards.
You know, I remember in my game where I played against Anselme with this deck, I actually used my acolyte to look at the top two cards of his deck, and it was milk. I put it at the bottom, thinking now maybe he doesn't have milk because there was one in play already, and he had another one, so maybe here as well. And
Yeah.
with Asha in play,
Target draw. You
one.
have to lock her somehow, so hopefully he's top decked a Melisandre Nil or a Black
Actually,
Cells.
0 gold.
Yeah, now maybe. I mean, if he has nothing and he can do the calculation in advance whether he can win dominance, he may as well leave them standing. If he triggers them, it gives him 6 gold. If he has something to put in through shadows, he can trigger 1. Okay, so the last one is the Fickle Bannerman now. Goes through shadows and is not going to use it.
Why? How do we know? What do we know about Fickle? Oh, did the Fickle Banner get revealed? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's Fickle Bannerman, so okay, he can spend. I wouldn't spend the encampments. Just leave them so you don't worry about dominance this round. You kill the Lena and then you do Harris.
Yeah, is there anything? There's just Goro that stands here, I think. So you may be happy to kill the Lena.
Yeah, I mean she's unique and you can draw dead dupes because there's 3 of her if I'm not mistaken. But if for the Harris, keeping Melisandre and Bastard, I mean you can't take Melisandre's dupe. You can stall the
Yeah, for
game
sure.
pretty
But
long here, and Greyjoy will have to play Morgulis and will want to play Morgulis maybe if Asha starts drawing, so can't take the dupe.
mhm. No, I'm thinking if you maybe want to kill the bastard if he's only one copy, but mm. So he has all this icon. Now it looks like nothing else. Hopefully he redraws into something good, but the annoying thing is Greyjoy actually also chokes uh, the reserve, right? So 5 cards instead of 6.
Yeah, siege preparations, setting up the icon and then playing siege preparations. Okay, that's going to take the milk. Is it? Yeah. Well, it can take the Iron Throne and then probably. Ooh, can take other stuff as well. Can take Red Keep.
Hmm.
I don't know what is better. I mean, Greyjoy sucks with draw. Asha is now here, so she helps, but I'd take the Red Keep. Although you might not defend it now if you take it and spend. Yeah, you actually won't defend it this round. Could take the throne. Yeah, I've played siege preparations in Bar Assault in the past. Gave up on it eventually. It's quite slow. It was difficult to get it played. Okay, it's going to oppose now.
And you then kill the bastard.
Kills Delena. I think that makes sense.
Well, you can even take storms. Yeah.
Although you could have not opposed here. And Bastard of Nightsong is now guaranteed to win a power challenge back, right? He's second player, right? Yeah. And he could trigger the ability actually. Nothing Greyjoy can do about it. Melisandre can still win power, but Bastard was better. Melisandre might actually want to do intrigue as well.
Yeah, you're also getting up there in the Discord file, so these guys get started at some point.
Well, but he has the eco now. He'll play siege preparations, and then the Harris actually means it's going to be Asha with Botley crew or with the two Chuds. It's more manageable if he's found traitors and black cells in the meantime with siege preparations.
Yeah, but I think so bad with Throne gone.
Yeah,
I mean,
those
if it was just
encampments,
gone, right, it's okay, but the fact that Greyjoy takes it.
those encampments, the moment you need them, they're gone. They're a one-time use now.
So goes for intrigue. That's probably a good call. But discards Iron Fleet Scout, so not a good hit.
Leaves the power unopposed. I mean, could have left that military unopposed then and just done power with Bastard of Nightsong. I see any reason why not. Keeps him in the game. He's not triggered siege preparations, so that's a bad one.
Yeah, that honestly is probably the end. Yeah, Jesus.
That's so difficult when this happens. I mean, I'm not saying it's uh,
Yeah,
we've all done it,
I
and
would cry.
it hurts so much when you do that, and when you do Prince that was promised, a Prince who came too late, and
I would have to have a cry if this happened to me.
yeah.
That's yeah.
And you know
But
immediately,
he
right,
raised
when
the
you're in the
hand,
plot
so
phase, you know that you fucked it, and yeah, he would have had cards, he would have had the potential to Harris, Melisandre, Neil for whatever is left. Maybe there's a Black Cells drawn or whatever, and the game's still going. Honestly, if he's drawn a Selisi at some point, that's going to nail the entire board, including Asha with Melisandre's ability. Well, Standy Man is here. Oof, look at the gold. Either you spend the encampments or you have nothing. Yeah, I hope it didn't really get decided by that missed siege preparations. I think with Euron taking the throne, it was kind of gone anyway, but yeah, we won't know, that's the thing. Skipping the encampments for one good round at some point later when he needs it. He has Clash of Kings. Pillage Zeldon, he would have been okay because he also gets the encampment stood. And Euron takes Red Keep now. And this time it can be defended, so Greyjoy will draw for Red Keep, then draw for... Actually, yeah, now that Melisandre has nailed, will draw for Asha. Then you do Harris and see what happens, right? Oof, and hits an Imri. I mean, after the Harris, Imri actually. Well, still.
Yeah, he would have been drawn if he triggered the siege preparations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What's the notification? Something I need to check as well?
No, sorry, it's repeated.
Ah, Winterfestival, okay. So now actually you might keep Euron, because that gets you so close. Asha's already done her job, honestly. Bara needs to top deck Sidisi. No reason to be conservative now, just play out stuff. If it's Sidisi, it buys Baratheon another round, but that's about it. Of course. And this one doesn't have an old Bill Bone.
Well,
He can take Imri.
he can take Imri and just
Second
stack some.
Iron Throne or something, and then Euron's just going to take it back. Well, now he needs to spend the encampments. Still that fickle bannerman in shadows.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really bad one, but you know, mm, I think when this happens, then you always have to think, right, what would happen otherwise.
Just played out
Okay,
some
so
board here and has that fickle bannerman still.
mm-hmm.
So now what? I guess there's no hurry really for Greyjoy to do anything drastic. I mean, Balon's there, he can take Imri, but there's no need. He can take Storm's End actually. Also, actually, Bara can defend itself against that uh,
I
reasonably
mean,
well. Could take
if
Milk
you
on
take
Bastard of
Imri,
Nightsong.
you sack your locations, kneel everything. I mean,
Yeah, but if somehow you're stuck on 14, I mean, it's not worth it. Just play out this round. I mean, nothing's going to hurt you. You don't even have to Morgulis. But actually, you do have to first Snow. But that's fine, honestly.
Do you have to first now? Oh, you have to, yeah.
I mean, he could also Morgulis if Asha has taken reasons. There's no cancel for that. Just needs one on Balon, that's the biggest one. Although if you have one, you may as well first now. If you have two, you can Morgulis and you keep your Bodley crew as well.
You can't even in this military unless you bring Fickle Bannerman out.
I would first now actually get the choke as well with the Winterplat. Bara still has Late Summer Feast. Still there. And Clash of Kings is the last one. Yeah, if you bring Fickle Bannerman out, it goes for first now. If indeed there is another round.
I mean, if you want to win this challenge, you need already the Fickle Bannerman, right?
Could bring it out and defend, and then kill it if the Arrowfleet Scout is used.
Yeah, possibly.
Mm.
Yeah, but now you have to kill one character that would survive for snow if that's what's going to happen, yeah. Yeah, well, honestly, if Euron wasn't there from the start, right, that would be much better game.
Bara actually has half a chance of winning dominance this round if Balon does a challenge.
I mean,
Even if he doesn't actually. Edric's ability means there's going to be 10 for Greyjoy.
but you know, if this Balon wins a challenge, it's just over. If Balon wins power, it's just done.
Okay, it's going to trigger Imri. Yeah, just don't sack the econ in case something happens. I mean,
I think you can sack one sea tower and one. Okay. You could have kept one, I think, this guy. Oh, this guy does not have stealth. Oh, yeah, because you took him out of the discard pile. That's fair enough.
could
Okay.
have initiated the challenge first and then Imri, right?
Yeah, fair enough. Well, but then you could kneel the one that was stealthed, right? That doesn't quite work.
So this is game over. Even if it's opposed, I think.
Well, actually, I think. Wait, if you leave it, it's unopposed. Now I got to 14. Okay, so it's yeah. Yeah, it's over unless.
There's Traitor and Fickle Bannerman
Unless.
as the last two cards.
Yeah, Traitor and Fickle Bannerman would have to be the last two cards then.
Milk as well would work.
Actually, you get to 13 if it's unopposed because there's no claim.
Yeah, but Winter Festival and Dominance.
Do you get dominance for sure? Yeah, you get dominance for sure. Okay. Mm, mm.
Well, is it one of those when I lose and I just start thinking about how it all went wrong instead of just playing it out, or does he have a solution? Is he close to having
Well,
a solution?
I think Traitor and Fickle Bannerman is the only solution, right?
Milk.
Or Milk. Yeah, but even if it happens, you go into another round and.
Okay, so that's now 13. Yeah, that's not good because so Anselme's second player, he can now play Fickle Bannerman and do a challenge, but it's is it? It has renown, right? Yeah. Okay, so resolving pillage first, and there's a traitor that could have been wonderful here. Can do a power back, however, gets down to 12 and Winter Festival and Dominance, unfortunately for Greyjoy, is enough. Yeah, that Bastard of Nightsong needed to survive, really, if this was the plan. Although it would have been nailed with Imri along with everything else. Can't get around the throne, I think. Dramatic moments, but that's only because he's getting prompted for the Edric trigger. Yeah. That was not close in the end, although it's always like that with Barasalt. I mean, they can hold on a little bit longer, deal with that Euron, not lose throne, not lose red keep. I mean, suddenly 15-3 is 15-3 the other way, but yeah. Okay, so Germany takes it as we thought they would, and that's 4-4. So they get the extra game. And these two teams, honestly, some teams have. Well, actually, none of the really top contenders had an easy call which player to send for the final game, right? But I mean, Germany and France, what do you send? A team that has Alexander Gentov, who do you send for the last one? I guess you have to guess with the decks a little bit first, and then you make your choice. Yeah, and Germany. Oof. All right, so not sure when that will be played. We have our game tomorrow, and probably these two teams will play tomorrow. If they decide to just play now, then we'll record it, obviously. But I think it's coming tomorrow.
So, how soon you publish this?
Since I'm at home with no internet, it will not be soon.
So we can then say what the predictions were for the Champions match and see if we get it correctly, because we don't know now what we have for Champions match.
Okay, go on.
So we are almost sure that they're going to send Super Deck playing White Book, right?
Personally, I'm not convinced. I mean, it could be several different things. It could send a hero with Greyjoy Filthy.
Hmm. I think that it's almost for sure going to be white book because what do you do to counter white book? Our best deck is even white book, and then you just have a mirror, and I would assume that China would trust Super Duck to win the mirror. I don't know.
Yeah, Super Duck is good in these key games and gets all the luck, so
Yeah,
that would
but
be
we
a
will
good
not
call.
be setting our white book at the end.
Okay, so we'll see how that goes. Mm,
Yeah.
hoping for the best.
I wonder if there is going to be white book. Really excited to see. It's exciting either way. I think we're quite happy to even be here, and honestly, I can just be happy to see other people win because not doing that great in this tournament. But maybe if we win and France wins their tiebreaker, we can have a rematch from the Swiss, and then I can make some how do you say, redemption.
5-3 they beat us, and that's after we passed challenges in the Tar game where there was potentially 4 claim power swing, and that's with having Star Crossing into Knights of Valyrian still for them, which I couldn't win in testing. I, I mean, it took me. Uh, I lost all 13, I think, that we tested. I won later, but I didn't play my own version. I won later because I played the other side in testing and I had some other plots, I think, and against some a bit different deck, the one that had some bigger characters. I remember that's the one I beat once in testing, but not the one Gabriel played. And we had Baratheon into Knights of Kraken, so
Well,
and still
I
lost
somehow
only five
managed to
three.
lose my match as well, so my
Yeah.
crossing into their Night's Watch. So, and you can say, oh, they have a better matchup with their Night's Watch. No, I just had the worst game in existence. I can't get over that one. That was so bad.
Yeah, that's true, but they do actually have a slightly better matchup, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, there's some counter for Winter Festival, but guess what? I played Winter Festival into at the gates. I had the Winter Festival power, and it was still not even. I just couldn't do anything. Just horrible all around.
Yes, so we had the late start in this one, which means the video is already over an hour, and it was supposed to be the Germany France game. So I don't think we need to complain about your Stark Crossing game in
Okay.
this one as
Sorry,
well. So we can leave it actually, and
but yeah, maybe you recorded the champions match because I think I will be at work at this point.
possibly I might be home.
Hopefully, I'm
So
home at that time.
okay, well, I mean we'll try to record it for sure. So. You can look forward to that tomorrow. And thank you for joining us tonight, as usual. See you all next time.
Bye bye.